Well, hello and welcome back to the Tao Manifesting Tarot. This is the tarot reading for serious people. Tarot is the science of potential. I have never in my life, and I've done tarot for over 20 years, ever saw it to be predictive, really. Well, once in a while you get lucky or whatever, things kind of fall into place, frequencies line up, and boom, you got something. But it's rare. That's not what tarot is about. Tarot is about the potential. For example, what you see on your screen now are 5 cards. That's all you're going to see. I'm not going to put out more. I'm not going to confuse the issue. I try to simplify. I want you to focus. I want you to zone in. I don't want distractions. You got enough distractions in your life as it is right now. That's intentional. The more distracted you are, the more they can control you. I don't want that. I want you to take control of your life. Manifesting is the most powerful thing any human being can do. I want to do all I can to encourage and inspire you to manifest for yourself. And so, because of that, just 5 cards within about a 12-minute period, give or take a minute or so, depending. Also, to help you out with your manifesting, if you don't know by now, find out what your passion is. Find out what the hell you're here to do. We're not all here to do the same thing. There's almost 8 billion people on the planet. We're all different. Take your family. If you have siblings, brothers, sisters, whatever, why aren't you all the same? You came from the same family, same parents. What the hell? Why the difference? In fact, there have even been studies done with people who were identical twins. Same genetics. And they ended up being totally opposite, 180 degrees. What the hell's up with that? Well, I'll tell you what the hell's up with that. You need to find out where you fit. What's your purpose here? Whether you got it in the spiritual dimension, whether it is the frequency that you had or were given when you were born, that's the astrology part of it. And I love astrology. I've done astrology for 50 years. Astrology is the science of cycles, knowing cycles. No mystery, no Satan. It's just cycles. You know when the next new moon's coming up. You know when the next full moon is coming up. You know when the next holiday is coming up. You know, how the hell do you know that stuff? Well, you're aware of cycles, that's all. Except with astrology, it is extremely difficult. Because you have to be aware of these cycles and you can kind of forecast, not with specificity, but in terms of a focused generality. It's phenomenal. And it helps you a lot with the individual too, by the way. Baby brand new born, you do a chart on them. You can tell them how you can work with them to make them the best that they can be. And that's the key. Being the best you can be. Not what the hell they tell you, but what you, in your spirit, in your heart, know that you're here to do. You can do that with the astrology, North Node, Ascendant, Moon, house structure, all that stuff. You can also do that with numerology. You can't do that with what we're doing now, manifesting in terms of tarot, because tarot is the potential. You have to get involved. You are the one that has to make a decision. You are the one that has to take action on some level. You can't just let it pass you by, because if it passes you by, it passes you by. You lost an opportunity. So 5 cards, middle card is the oracle card. It sets the mood for the reading. Today it's yang or yang energy. Now, yang energy is often considered male energy because it's active, it's aggressive. Yin is softer, it's considered feminine. But these descriptions don't always apply, and this is a case in point. Yang energy means action, right? But it doesn't mean physical action. It just means some movement. And what would be the best use of this yang energy right now for the most people would be to work to a higher frequency, a higher energy. Literally, in this case, it's focused energy. You want to be able to elevate yourself, to lift yourself to a higher frequency. Easier said than done, because we're creatures of habit, and I just told you about the astrology. We come into this world with certain kind of leaning, certain kinds of abilities, certain kinds of comfort factor. And so it's very difficult to get out of any one of those places. I've always been this way. Yeah, but you've been a jackass all your life. You think you want to change? No, it's too hard. This is a time in human history where it'd be very, 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 very advisable for the vast majority of us to change, to elevate our frequencies. If we do not do that, there's a very real chance that humanity will not survive. First time in recorded history in the last 7,000 years, I don't want to go farther back than that because history changes, but the last 7,000 years that we've had the ability to wipe ourselves out, and we can do it. And I'm not talking about climate change because I don't believe in climate change. I believe what we've done is poisoned the environment around us. That has impacted everything else, and climate change is something that goes on, has gone on for millennia, for eons. But I mean actual suicide by humanity. We know we're poisoning our air. We know we're poisoning our food. We know we're poisoning our water. We know we're poisoning our minds. We know, and don't do a damn thing about it. Nothing. So what you need to do right now, and I mean right now, if this resonates with you, the door is open wide. Right now, if it's resonating, go for a higher frequency. Do whatever it takes to elevate. Higher frequencies are going to shatter anything that is not authentic or true. That's the meme for today. High frequencies will shatter anything that is not authentic or true. But to get to the higher frequency takes effort, takes focused energy, takes yang or yang energy. And that's what makes it so difficult. Because it's not passive, not in the strict sense of the word. It takes some concentrated, focused effort. But the idea is that higher frequencies will shatter anything that is not authentic or true. And right now we need what is authentic or true. Because we're surrounded by so much bullshit that people can't see the forest for the trees. I mean, just can't. And we have to stop that. The only way to do that, elevate our frequencies. Focus our energy so we can see the truth. I mean, we don't have any more time. Things are on the brink on several different levels, from AI to war to man-made pandemics to destruction of society, period. It's all been a scam, and we're finding that out. And for some people, that is more than they can handle. Mark Twain said it's easier to fool somebody than to convince them they've been fooled. He's right. Was right. He said that 150 years ago. But it still works. Our ego gets in the way. No, you can't fool me. I'm too smart for that bullshit. You are so stupid. You can barely tie your own shoes, if you even tie your shoes. Please. Elevate higher frequencies. Shatter what is not authentic and not true in your life. Let's begin. All the way to the left. What are we talking about shattering? What are the first two cards? Eight of Swords. Same card, two different decks. That means this is big time stuff. Swords are thoughts, ideas, beliefs. Eight of Swords talks about a lack of direction, feeling trapped, feeling powerless, limited beliefs. What you believe is horse crap. And if you are even semi-awake, and I'm not talking woke, if you are semi-aware, you know that it's all bullcrap. It's obvious, man. Someone has gone, pulled the curtain back. We've seen the wizard. It's BS. We didn't know any better. And if we did know better, we didn't want to believe it, but now it's just too obvious. So again, higher frequencies. And what that means is changing your belief system. Eight of Swords, not once, but twice. That's where the battle lies. That's where the lifting of frequencies lies. Change your thought pattern. Change your head. Next card over says that's the only way you're going to heal. It's the Star card. Star card is hope, guidance, inspiration. That's what you need right now is inspiration. That's what you need. That's what we all need. But to do that, you got to change your thinking. You got stinking thinking. Again, not all of it's your fault. But virtually everything that we've been told is a lie. And I can't remember who said it. I didn't go through my life making notes. But I think it was back in the 80s, early 80s, late 70s, early 80s, there was a guy who was, I think, the head of the CIA or somehow connected with that group. And he said, once we get people to believe that what they think they know is the truth, it's over. Something to that effect. And that's exactly what's happened now. Pulled back the curtain, it's bullshit. All of it. All of it. George Carlin was right. But boy, that's tough to take for some people. I mean, that's just... that explains to me why some people refuse to move. Because they feel spiritually raped. You lied to me. And that's such a monumental hurt that they're just frozen. They cannot think they've given up. You have to change your thinking. That's the whole problem. You're going to heal, get to those higher frequencies. How you do that is with your value system. And I don't mean a value system that you have been given or told. That has been told by people who want to hang on to being the boss. In other words, let's say you have some power or control over somebody. You willing to give that power up? No. I mean, you may say yes as you're listening to this right now, but that's horse crap. You're not going to give up the power. If you have the power, you're going to keep the power. Guess what these people are going to do? They're going to keep the power. So everything that they say about money, about religion, about anything, doesn't make a difference what the hell it is. Anything they tell you is to keep themselves in power. They're not going to give you anything but a hard time. That's why you got to change your thinking. And that's why you have to change your value system. So the Seven of Pentacles talks about patience, talks about evaluation. He's there, he's looking at the pentacles. He is like growing the pentacles. Well, that's what you're going to do with a higher frequency. You're going to shatter anything that's false. You know, it's like that opera singer years ago. I'm an old guy. But years ago they had a commercial where they had an opera singer. Maybe it was Ella Fitzgerald. I can't remember who. Holding up a glass and hitting a note and shattering the glass. I think, are familiar with that example. If not the commercial, certainly the ability to do that. Well, that's what a higher frequency will do for the, baloney in your life, for the garbage in your life. But to do that, you got to be at least open to changing your thought pattern. And the way that you do that is changing your values. Value friendship, value love, value health, value gratitude, joy. How about valuing your time? People work 40, 50 years in a job to retire so that they can live another 10. And that's not even going to happen now based on the medical information we're gaining about the shots. People are mysteriously dropping dead all over the place all the time. Millions of them. And Bill Gates, back at a TED get-together, I think in 2005, 2008, somewhere in there. And he's not the only one. Said, by 2050, we have to get the population cut down to 500 million. That means out of 10 people, 9 are going to have to disappear. Goodbye. What does that tell you? You think they're going to give up their power? You have to create your own power. Focused energy, yang energy, higher frequencies. That's the key. That's also the reading for today. Back again tomorrow with another Manifested Tarot reading. Between now and the next time, peace and blessings.